Hello! So I'm back today to do another quick review. This one's more of a teaser for a different kind of book. This one is more for those people who prefer sci-fi and mystery instead of drama and romance like the other two novels. So the book that I want to talk about today is Origin by Jessica Khoury, and I actually have it right here. As you can see by my bookmark, I'm actually still working on this one, but I did want to kind of pop in and give a little teaser for it to appeal to those people who like a different kind of book, and because I think even as much as I've read so far, it's worth talking about. So for me, sci-fi and mystery can actually be really hit or miss. So I think it does stand out that I like this book so much, and I think that I like it because it's a bit of a higher reading level, and it's not too over the top, I guess. So Origin is about Pia, who's a girl who was born and has spent her entire life in the village. They call it a village, it's really more of a extended research facility called Little Cambridge, or Little Cam, in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. And Pia is actually the heart of this research operation because the whole goal of the Little Cam project is to create a sort of cure for eternal life out of this extremely rare flower that can be found in only one spot in the Amazon rainforest. And it takes generations of exposure to this flower to create an immortal being. So Pia is actually the first immortal human to be born out of this project. And they often call her perfect. That's a word that's used a lot to describe her and thrown around by the other scientists, because she's really the culmination of not just one life's work, but generations of work. But not everything is perfect in Little Cam, otherwise there wouldn't be a book about it. So like I said, Pia has actually never left the village of Little Cam. And not only has she never left more than 14 steps once when she ran out of the fence as a kid, but all outside knowledge has been banned from Little Cam. There's no music that has any words in it, movies, TV shows, and no books are allowed except for encyclopedias, and even those are censored before they're allowed into Little Cam. So Pia has no exposure to the outside world. Her entire world and life is this small research facility that is Little Cam. And for the most part, although she gets a little restless, for most of her life, she's okay with this. But when the novel starts, Pia is about to turn 17, and right before her birthday, a woman comes into the village, Dr. Fields, and she sort of stirs the pot a little bit in Little Cam. She talks a bit about the outside world in the way that she's not supposed to, and she also, for Pia's 17th birthday, which is a big event early in the book, she actually gives her a map of the world and tells her to keep it a secret. So she kind of makes Pia realize how small her life and her world has been, and makes her sort of restless to get out. So basically what happens is this all blows up when the night of her 17th birthday, Pia goes back to her house where she lives with her mother, and it has all glass walls because it used to be a greenhouse, which I think actually sounds super cool. She talks a lot about how one of her favorite things to do is to look out and see the rainforest and all of the creatures, and at night just to like observe. And she also has a sidekick who's a jaguar, which is very Disney but also really cool. So she is in her room the night of her birthday, and she looks out and she sees that the electric fence that protects Little Cam and keeps her from leaving is actually broken in a spot, and something kind of wild overcomes her with everything it's like a sort of a culmination of everything that's been going on in her life, her birthday, this map, things that happen with her mother, and just words that she's hearing in her life that are making her wonder about the rest of the world. She escapes. She crawls through the hole in the fence and she goes out into the rainforest with her sidekick jaguar, and she actually meets a local native boy named Eo, or Ao, and he tells her a little bit about his life in his village, which she knew nothing about. Like I said, she knows nothing about the outside world or even the rainforest where she lives. She only basically knows the name Little Cam, and because of something that's referred to as the accident, she's not allowed to know anything else. So she meets Io, this boy who sort of shows her that there's more in this brief interaction, and from there, nothing can be the same for Pia. And that is where I will leave you. I love Origin. It's a really great book. Like I said, it's a high reading level. It's fairly fast-paced. It's honestly hard to put down. I think a problem that I have with a lot of sci-fi books is there's a lot of build-up, and I think this book really doesn't have that. It's a great read, and I would totally recommend it. Just like with the other books, if you'd like to read this book, you can check it out on the Tidepool Bookshop website, and happy reading!